ezinkundleni esikhathini lesinyenti kumbe emaswati ahlele emadolobheni kodwa kunengele sikubona kohulumende akuchuba akwenda singumsakado bomabona kuthi siyakulanza ke siwakhombise ke emaswati njengoba ke siva ke nesive sitibongela ikakhulukati kwakhiwa kwemitholampilo naletinye ke tindvo noma ke ema facilities la sita ke sive ukuthi siphile impilo lengcono evikini lelitako sitawubuye ke simcethele emaphalaleni maswati lamahle njengoba ke kungakapheli engcono lebesikade ke sikwenda ke emaphalaleni kuze kuthi emaswati atawubona lokho ukuthi ingabe seyithuthuke kangakanani lenkundla yasemaphalaleni libito lami ngiJohn ngakaphirezi sibongo siyabonana ke evikini lelitako Jehova makasigcinile nisale kahle.
Once again, we join on the right platform. This is Eswatini TV, Temidlalo edition, as we talk about some of the topical issues in the current sports fraternity that will be headlined by some of the biggest games that the two countries' representatives, being Royal Leopards and Bafana Highlanders, will be playing this coming weekend. Over 2 years, nearly over 2 years, with that being at Somplo National Stadium, one of the biggest club in the land. Bafana Highlanders will be taking us all of us there to once again be in that beautiful place, Somplo National Stadium, watch them play against Royal AM. That's one of the topic that will be giving so much attention on this show this evening. Otherwise, we'll also move on and touch on other activities, including Stebe Samplagazi, after conceding 10 goals in 3 games. It was quite a disappointing performance. We'll hear from Coach Smep Mamba and also get analysis. What can they do in the upcoming tournaments? They know, they have got different competition, including AFCON qualifiers, World Cup qualifiers. What does that mean for the women team? Otherwise, moving to other sporting cones, we'll talk about cycling. Over the weekend, there was the MTB, MTB race at Lilwane, where we saw people attending in their numbers, and it was quite an exciting event that is always exciting when you see it on our calendar. Otherwise, it's a beautiful day. Stay touched, stay tuned in every area of the country, wherever you are. Just know that this is Temidlalo, a different platform. It could be on YouTube, Skujan at home, and also live on Eswatini TV app. Now, without wasting any time, we are already joined by guests from one of the biggest club in the land, that is Bafana Highlanders. They return to Africa this coming weekend after nearly 12 years. They are playing a preliminary round against South African giants Royal AM. I should call them giants because currently they are one of the teams in the current ongoing DStv Premiership. Talking about also our local giants in Bafana Highlanders, they finished second last season. We saw what they're capable of. In the company of the coach and the public relations officer, Sebavela Bakona Live Studio. Just for me, in terms of my preparations, coach, it's a good evening, coach, for you to be in the studio.
Good evening to you and good evening to the viewers.
Yes. It's not your first time in the studio. You've been here. Everywhere. And we are here for the fans. Sikuvusele.
Asibonge Eswatini TV, Sibonge Fabrice, Sibonge to the viewers at home. Yeah, this is Mandla Madonsela. I'm right here, and definitely the bull is here actually.
The bull is here. And I think if my memory serves me well, Madonsela would say, Nankumbura kahle, the last game, they had Eswatini, they involved Imbabane Highlanders. And the first game to play against again at Somplona National Stadium, Imbabane Highlanders. It's one of the biggest teams in the land. I mean, it means a lot.
The reason is obvious, Fabrice. We are the barometer of Swazi football, and yeah, one of the biggest, and if not the biggest. Actually, Imbabane Highlanders, you know, vele kishengi obumakhulu basi bakhona eSwatini. So lo kwendekala August we're expecting this, and thanks to whosoever lo wende lokuthi kube possible ukuthi sidlalele ekhaya in front of our thousands supporters. So definitely we're going for a fight. I will say that boldly.
Now he's talking about a fight, but can the coach say the same thing? Coach, we're probably 2 nights away from the clash. It's what I think when you got the job, one of the biggest reasons why you got the job, take us to Africa as a country, not only as a club, as a country, because now you are taking the country. You've taken the country to Africa. They are playing this coming weekend. In terms of where you are standard-wise, preparations, readiness, are you happy? Because not that I'm exposing you, coach. I'm reading from your body language. You have got a lot of things that maybe are concerning in terms of preparing for this game. Just give us your reaction, coach, preparing for this game.
Yeah, I think we are prepared. This is where we wanted to be. We are there. 2 days, we're playing a big game in the country, of which I love big games. I always say big games for big people. That's what I always say to my players. So unfortunately, we cannot run away. We cannot run away. Sunday is there. We have to go and fight and try to get the results. And I believe we will get the results because we have prepared well.
Coach, did you get a chance to train at Somplona?
Yes, I was there today, but I gave my players a rest today. I only too few players that had nickels, a little bit of injuries, but they fine now. We were there with about 5-6 players. We went to train there. The pitch is looking good. It was hot. It's not easy. You know how the artificial is like, so we have to use this to our advantage. Tomorrow we'll be there, training there in the afternoon, and again Saturday we'll train there, and we should be ready for Sunday.
Madonsela nangibuka le game nangikhumbula Somhlolo siyathi ukuthi vele team lenkulu njengalo ukuthi nidipita kanjalo siyathi ukuthi nitsanza kuhlala kuphi in terms of your sitting arrangement, but nangibuka in terms of just to putting the word out there usho ukuthi it's a game lesingasho ukuthi not only you are calling Babana Highlanders supporters but nibita sonke sive ukuthi sitha sinisupport kulo mdlalo lomkhulu kangaka.
Thanks on that, Fabrice. Lokusiya on Sunday kaSomhlolo siyobe si represent Live. And so it's all about ukuthi onke ama supporters la khona eSwatini la supporta ibhola ukuthi ahlale kaSomhlolo abukele ibhola lemnanzi. What I got go sitting arrangement ukuthi on the right here Royal Box kutabe clearly Divaka State, which is Royal AM, and then all the other seats kutabe kunema supporters eLive,
Including the no man's land.
No man's land, strictly akudingakala ukuthi kube khona umuntu. So siyacela to the supporters out there ukuthi angakasaqale albert no man's land, onke ema supporters kufuneka ahlale etulweni. What's going to happen is ema tickets laphumile aphumele alingene titulo letikhona inside the stadium. So wonke umuntu lotalithenga iticket lakhe utawuhamba ayohlala esitulweni, noma ukuthi utawuhlala ku those pitches la khona around the stadium la kwenza ukuthi khona kude titulo. Otherwise Highlanders Live in for inajani nomsindo.
Otherwise leave. Madonsela, before maybe mbuyela coach, anangabe it's not a secret kuphume ngakho ama ticket.
My tickets la phumile it's 7.5, which is 7,500. My tickets
la. So sikhulumela Somhlolo seated.
Exactly.
7.5.
Fully seated. And uma ngabe ungeke ukhone ukuthenga iticket lakho kulo 7.5. Utasicolela noma ngabe bufuna lokuyibukela this game utasicola utawuhlala ekhaya. Because lokutakwendeka is on Sunday ama tickets ataba khona atabe athengiswa kuma outlets lataba khona nakusasa atabe akhona wena Saturday atabe athengiswa. So on Sunday kude ama tickets ataba athengiswa stadium. So we don't need ukuthi abantu baqhamuke sebafika netimali stadium but bafuna ukuthenga ama tickets. There will be no sales of tickets stadium.
Good news for the Bobane Highland supporters. If you just join us, this is the team, representative of the team's public relations officer, Mandla Matonsera, coach, Monsara also giving us the reaction of the pitch. Coach, you are playing a team, Royal AM. They are already 8 games into the season, you know, into the DSTV Premiership. In fact, if I would say, they are not number 1, but they're equal to number 1. They are 13 points in 8 games. And you look at their previous defeat, yes, against Richards Bay, it was a derby. They are not really much into that, but they have been active. How much does it concern you that personally your side has not been active competitively against a team that will be active competitively?
Yeah, I spoke about this before that our league needs to improve when coming to that, because teams that do well in this competition are the teams that normally their leagues have started already. So it becomes difficult for us, but what can we do? We have to go there and try to make a plan and compete to the best of our ability, and the results will come, I believe, because we have played a lot of friendly games. I've played against under 20 in here. I've played against under 23. We have played Tinyosi. We've played 1 or 2 friendly games in South Africa. I'm talking about the time we had a full squad. Now it's now, you know, we only had a full squad. Maybe it's about 3 weeks now. So we have done well. We have pushed our preparation. We're ready to go.
Coach, in the assistance of the team director, Ale Khobong, you've made a couple of signings. You know, we've seen some of the players coming from different areas, players from Lesotho who have played in South Africa, the likes of Lechata, everyone. In terms of signings, are you happy with the signings that you have? I know you don't want to talk about players who've left, but are you happy with what you have? Going into this game, not only this game, or the league, are you happy with the signings you've made so far?
Listen, I'm very happy. Remember, we only had 3 foreign quota. We still had Ben. We still have Mashaba, and then we brought in Lekata, Bering, and Aristo. Aristo has been in the country, and then you know Lekata played for the club before. Bering played in this competition. He's playing for the Lesotho national team. He's experienced. I think he's the one that will help us a lot in this competition, because we have to use him. We have to use his experience.
That's your poster boy. Now, what's your plan coming to Sunday, Coach? Mhlambe, just to give us the picture. I know your opponents are outside the country, so you can tell the country what's your plan. You are starting at home. Remember, there is the away advantage and the goal advantage. What's the plan on home soil?
We're going for it. We have to go.
At least you go.
We have to go for it. We're at home. Why? We have to be brave. We have to, from the beginning. We have to go. We have to go, and then we'll see what's going to happen when we go back to South Africa. Why must we back off if we're playing at home? We cannot. We have to be brave. We have to be strong. We have to engage physically. We have to engage spiritually. We have to be strong emotionally. We have to take the game to them.
Matonze nangibuka nje ngathi kulamalanga lasele ngilo Thursday or Friday vele lobuthonga ngathi uthe wena nangibuka kahle, but nangibuka nje le game itself on Sunday. Siyathi ukuthi in terms of supporters, you can never be disappointed. Balanzele be Highlanders vele bayithanza le team, they will come in their numbers. Kunale issue yemkhuhlane Madonsela siyithini ngayo? Kungena njani e-stadium? Yeliphetha likhadi ukuthi ba vaccinate wajovela umkhuhlane noma nje ngokuthi so ibhola vele sikhumbula ukuthi bavulela wonke umuntu. But this is CAF. Umthetho washintsha. So ngenteka CAF mhlawumbe kunemithetho la ifakile ukuthi kuzungene mhlawumbe ufuna uphathe ikhadi lakho. Engabe khona lokukhona yini lokuthinta yenza?
Alright, thanks a lot Fabrice. Ngicabanga ukuthi uma usakhuluma ngike ngahleka. The reason ngihleka ngilokuthi coach wami uthinta indzaba lemcoko kakhulu lokuthi we going there for a fight. Emagama lenge ngawasho ke la khona lokumenda ukuthi ngikhumbule ngibese sengiyahleka ngeoutbuster because coach wami uthinta indzaba ukuthi vele lapha siyela kuyokulwa hayi ngekudlala. So back into your question, on Sunday lakshito CAF ema supporters atawungena ngaphandle kwema khadi ekujova and stuff, utahamba nje uthenga ticket lakho ubuye e-stadium. Then as for the players technical, kunema zones la khona lapha e-stadium, so kunema zones vele lotawukhanza ukuthi vele akudzingakali ukuthi kungene ema supporters okase kungene labo bantu labo labangajova, because we still playing under i-COVID protocol. Leyo COVID protocol isebenza ikakhulu kulabantu labatawungena kulawo ma-zones lasegroundini nakulapha la gijinywa khona. So with you guys nje be media, definitely because niba involved kakhulu lawo mazonsilango sivile ukuthi kufuneke niyo wende ama PCR test. So you guys, you have to brace yourself for that. As for the supporters batawubhadala bathenga ama tickets abo bahambe bayobukela eNational ibhola ngaphandle kwenkinga Fabrice.
Beautiful stuff. Mhlawumbe in terms of administration, before I come to coach, ingabe niyachumana yini nabo iRoyal AM? Bavetile ukuthi bafika nini in terms of my preparations abo ukhamba njani bafika nini live?
Kwamele ukuthi sichumane nabo balana betekiti. Uma betekiti vele we have to communicate with them fully. So we're expecting them tomorrow everything goes well ukuthi bafike kusasa batoqala ukuthi lolonga babuke neNational environment babe sharp. Otherwise match commissioner is already around iNational refereeing panel si expect kusasa nayo. So Royal AM iyangena kusasa noma kanjani.
I like how much he's informed. This is how much Mr. Madonsela is so waiting for that big game. Thank you very much, Mr. Madonsela. Now, coach, let's come back to you. You are facing Royal AM. I can tell you, coach, we can never go to a hunting game without knowing the strength of your opponents. What are the strengths?
Yeah,
where are they a threat as a team?
Listen, I know, they've been playing 3-4-3. The reason being, when Nascimento is not there, they playing Tele, and then Tele is a little bit slow, so they protect him with 2 center backs. Last time it was Rijoso, I can't remember who played there now on Tuesday, but they go 3. And then, we know they have up front, they have Tikazi, he's been doing the job for them. It's Mutibang or Machupu. De Jong comes in. Mukhaila is a very dangerous player of them because he's got pace. He's one of the wing backs. So we know what we're up against. Remember, some of those players I've coached again. I've worked with them in other teams. So I know everything about those players. From the ones that are playing till the ones that are on the bench. I worked with Putsani at Free State Stars. I worked with Palani at University of Victoria. I worked with a lot of them. So I know about. I played against all those players. Remember, Kele has been he was at Royal AM before, and then he signed for Pretoria Kelly's last season, and then he went back. And then my guy, is it the captain? The captain has been there for long.
Yeah.
The captain has been there for long. I can't remember his name very well, but he's been there. De Jong, obviously, is a new player. George has been there. The tall George up front. He's been there for long. So I know all those players because I have done analysis with them. I actually looked at my analysis on my laptop this morning. I found the game that I played when I was still at Pretoria Kells when we played against Royal AM. I think we won the game 1-0 in Devon. So if I may tell you this, you won't believe it. I have never lost against Royal AM.
Coach, I'm worried.
I have never
Coach,
lost.
you know I'm worried. I'm worried. You have so much information about your opponent, more than about your team. And chances are, I will ask you to come here on Monday. Either the results are positive or the results are negative. So that if what you just said doesn't happen, then I'll ask, Coach, what happened? I know it's football.
Yeah.
Yes. But in terms of your side, Coach, in terms of where do you think they might crack you? Where you maybe, I know you're going to say you're 100% ready, but the outcome I would say they can crack you in terms of weakness.
Listen, one thing that I'll tell you in this game, you need to know your opponents inside out. A coach who doesn't know about the team that is playing against is not a coach. You have to know the inside and the inside of the team that you're playing against, the weaknesses, the strength, or where you can exploit, how you can stop them, all those things. Okay, you're talking about my team. Obviously, I said to you that I hope my team will last for 90 minutes because we're not going to back off. We have to go for this game. We have to play with 180 k's per hour. So we'll see. If we struggle a little bit, we're going to have to drop the block from high to medium, and hopefully we're not going to drop too deep, because once you drop too deep, like Chipa did against Sundowns, they invited that goal. That goal was going to come either way. It was going to come. So you see, when you're inviting the team and then you're not able to come out, it becomes a problem. So that's why I prefer to play as high as I can and try to play as high as I can for 90 minutes. So we'll see how it goes. Obviously, we have to adjust if things are not going well. If the legs are starting to run out, we have to adjust the game. But we're ready to go. I believe we have a team that can run for 90 minutes, but you'll never know on the day because we did not play official matches. Because official matches will give you a better match fitness than friendly games.
Beautiful stuff. That is Coach Sly Masala giving us a reaction. Now, Mr. Matonsela, a few minutes before I let you go, ngicela kuva ukuthi senivele nayo emcimbini ukuthi atabalanzele ukuthi babe khona on the day. Remember, CAF ustrict ngesikhathi sokuqala igame. 3 o'clock yaqala imatch. Siyathi ukuthi Sunday bantu khanza ukuthi babuye esonweni, bakhanza ukuthi bangena bo 3:30 going to 4 o'clock. It's in plan yenu as administration. Nifise ukuthi balanzele bafike ngibani isikhathi bahlale njani in terms of umsindvo kutsatha kuba khutha nje ukuthi umsindvo ungabe khona on the day.
Thanks Fabrice. On that sisilungisile kakhulu gate atabe avuliwe at SLS 11 am. Stokhona lokuthi ema supporters akhone kungena kungatodileka igame because isikhathi vele simcoka kakhulu. So we just praying ukuthi ama supporters ethu asheshe afike stadium SLS lesikhathi sekuvula egate. So siyazama kuwa motivator ke kuma media houses onkana kuma branches siyazama communicator nabo which is vele siyaba motivator. It's something lebe bayifisile bona as ema supporters ukuthi bafisa ukudlala CAF. So now it's here, so we have to support the team, we have to support the management ngayo yonke indlela. So they have to come in their numbers, not in Mbabane Handers supporters alone. Sicela kulo lonke live ukuthi libuye lisibambise lo msebenzi lonke ngoba akusasi ukuthi it's not all about Mbabane Handers now. Instead it's all about live le Maswati. So loku siya on Sunday we're going to fight for the land. Against the South Africans. So we're going there, Emma supporters akabuye asilekelele and be our 12th man. So definitely with bona babang umsindo babangela the opponents because as for us kukabang umsindo lomnanzi we know definitely ukuthi uma ngabe sisenta lo msebenzi lokufuneka siwende. But that's applauder and definitely logo kutawufaka an oomph to our players. So we just appealing ukuthi babuye bende lo msebenzi loyo, no fights. Siyacela no matter the outcome, but we just appeal to them ukuthi asithingi kubona all those ugly things letendekalako kuma stands or else after the game sebangena kuma nanjani ngekhathi grounding. No, asiceli lokho to the supporters, not to the Mbabane Handers supporters alone, but to the supporters that abe akhona on the day stadium.
Beautiful stuff. The team to place the renovated stadium, Sompla National Stadium, it is Mbabane Handers. They're the last team to play at the same venue in the Ingonyama Cup final against Green Mamba, if my memory serves me well. Coach, let's talk about your presence on the day, where you might be seated and what could happen on the day. Does that worry you?
No. Listen, luckily I've been in this competition.
Everyone
before.
wants to be on the touchline, Coach.
I've been in this.
Tell them, come close, but you won't be
listen,
there. What's the problem?
Listen, let me tell you one thing. When you play all these games that are big with a lot of supporters, if you do not do your job at training, it's difficult because you cannot get close to the players. There is a noise at the stadium. So the players have to know, you have to prepare the players to be able to play according to how you train. They must know what to do in the field. It doesn't help for you to be shouting on the day of the game because they will never hear you. They will never hear you.
So you not being on the bench is not an issue?
It's totally not. Totally not.
And in terms of the in-standing coach, how are you working with him, Mr. Tio?
No, we close his experience. He's a senior. Remember, he's a senior than me. So I have been working with him now for about 2-3 weeks. Yes. We understand each other very well. We're backing each other very well. I think we'll make a good team. I think we'll make a good team.
Okay.
Going forward.
And that would say you took the team when he had already spiced things up. Now, Matonsela Sapuma, a few words message. Sahamba, coach, maybe before I go back to Matonsela, any concerns in terms of injury, players that you might set line on the day in terms of injury?
Yeah, listen, we had, luckily they're all back. We have a healthy team that is ready to go and compete. Strong on Sunday.
Message to the supporters, Matonsela. Asubabite bafike Sunday in their numbers.
Angathi lokuthi ngidabeni ngiyona yini Fabrice, I've got my tickets lang 1 2 lengafisa kupha ama supporters ami ema viewers la khona ku line nyalo la sibukela ku lokusimile lana. And so angathi lokuthi is it a possible thing to do? I've got two of them. Lengafisa kupha ema viewers ekhaya. Angathi lokuthi how can you do it? If possible though akhona again.
Okay. All right, you see the question you just raised.
Yep.
Before we leave the studio, I'll give you an answer. Let me ask a question to the coach, the producers and the directors will get back to me. Because we might also, maybe give them after this interview, maybe during the show.
Yep.
But we hear from them what they have to decide. But while I'm discussing with the coach, they'll be deciding what to do.
Yeah.
Coach, how big do you think the supporters will be on Sunday in terms of involvement? How do you think they'll assist you in terms of making sure that you get maximum points on the day?
I think they will support us. I think they will be there to cheer the players. I think they will be there to push the players like they have been doing you know, when we were playing, especially when we played against the Swallow, the derby, when I arrived here, we got a good support. We managed to win the game. When remember when we drew 1-1 against Leopards, we had a good support from the supporters.
Yes.
We managed to, of which we should have won that game. Maybe we were going to be talking another thing that we're supposed to be playing in the Champions League, but it happened. But we got a good support from them. And remember, when we played the derby again, we got a good support from them. So they're always there for us. They're always there for us. And then we appreciate, you know, we must actually thank the supporters for the support that they have been giving to us. And I hope they will continue doing that even in future.
Mr. Matonsela, I have been answered. Shortly, in Kamansibe kune nomboro elayinini lesho ukuthi bangathatha icingo nje bashayele 76584204. That's the number, if I'm not mistaken. It's once again going to be on the screen. Kunika ithuba nje ukuthi ungathatha icingo lakho ushayele Mr. Matonsela utakubuta umbuto nje. Any question kubonakala nje ukuthi umlandzeli mbamba ucemba mbamba Highlanders. Noma ungasi umlandzeli ucemba mbamba Highlanders, but you want to be there on Sunday. Utwala ithuba ukuthi une ticket. But ke Matonsela sakhuluma nje ukuthi they need to be there in their numbers. Mhlawumbe nje angathi ukuthi would it be too early ukucala ukukhuluma ngale ndzaba ukuthi mhlawumbe in terms of going forward ukuthi salaniba ndawutsini regional supporters asengisi yabo nangabe niya kudlalela estake ngilemvo ngeke ngicabanga ukuthi ukhanza ukuthi niya kudlalela espeak nithi ngabalandzeli base speak ebe Highlanders na inombolo selayinini 76563333 76563333. Once again upload the number to make sure that I did not miss any number, but say very quickly number Matonsela 76538333 na ile number but at the moment they will call, you will ask a question, any question. I will give you a chance to ask a question and then they win a ticket. Yes, but usanchazela ukuthi what's the plan going forward?
Alright, siyabonga Fabrice. Kunemsebenzi lomuhle lowenziwa yi-National Supporters Committee in doing la manager ku revive the branches la khona nationwide. So they're going all around the country ku revive ma branches ku activate actually ukuthi kufanele ukuthi esteki mangabe sesteki kufanele ukuthi ngikhombise ukuthi nikhona as imbabane Highlanders noma ngabe siya let me say speak definitely kufanele bakhombise ukuthi bakhona. So we're doing all we can ukuthi sisiwa revive ama branches in order ukuthi atokhona kube active sathi lokuthi vele la kangwane solo salida nge support base. So sizama ngayo yonke indlela ukwenda lokho.
All right, I'm thinking a couple of people sebazama ukuthi bashayele in terms of calling to ensure ukuthi they win the ticket. Mr. Motsa, so very selayinini sikuvusela. Yebo sikuvusela baba Motsa.
Njani baba?
Siyaphila Motsa. Yes, siyaphila nathi.
Yebo man.
Yes, Mr. Matonsela nalithuba ungambuta Mr. Motsa.
Motsa Vulani.
Yebo Matonsela.
Mphathi wami uyasupporta ibhola yaseSwatini?
Kakhulu baba ngisupport kakhulu.
Ngiyabonga mphathi wami. Ngicela kubuta ukuthi bobani ema last signings lang for embabane Highlanders.
Ngile jale liqhamuka eLesotho. Senginajale liqhamuka kuVovo mina ngibathi kahle amagama abo ngabakhohlwa. Sengile jale lo qhamuka eSouth Africa. Sengilo mfana loqhamuka kuMonene.
Motsa ukuthi ngiphela amagama manje. Awakhola amagama kahle, but anyways ngidakupha kuphela nje lokuthi uthethe ima minutes akho noma airtime yakho wasifonela inside the studio. So ngicela uthathe inombolo yami utokhona lokuthi ungishayele in order ukuthi uthole ticket lakho.
Akhulu ngishayela.
Yes, ngimotha ngibani kama Motsa?
Oh, ngumusa Motsa.
Motsa. Okay, inamba yami 7641.
No, it's fine. It's a number. Mr. Motsa? Yes, Baba Motsa.
Ngibabe.
Baba Mvura ngicabanga ukuthi inombolo yakhe ya Matonsela sitayithatha lana noma start for indlela ukuthi iticket nangabe uyakhona ufikela kaSwazi TV ulithole. All right, sitayithatha inombolo sikunike iticket. Siyabonga kakhulu but Matonsela kuvetha nje ukuthi lo mbuto wakho bekukhulu ngoba ngicabanga ukuthi I think the easiest was to ask ukuthi but larane team yakupi in terms of live and the region. Sathi ukuthi eSouth Africa khona ama teams yase Cape Town yase Jozi ngawa nje kubutha umbuto lolula ukuze ukuthi at least mangabe bangawukhanza ukuthi it's quite difficult.
ngifuna lokwathi lo
Yeah, that was he knows where the players are from. I think
knows
what he cares nguva ukuthi they come from which countries. That's what he wanted.
exactly ngifuna lokuva ukuthi how do they know their team.
All right. Uthithe kocha ngakho ma ticket.
And there are 2 years.
So one has been given away.
Yes.
Mr. Motsa has got a ticket already. Let's wait for the second person also. It's your chance to get a ticket to watch Mbabane Highlanders against Royal AM this coming Sunday. Mandla Matonsela has got a ticket, one more ticket to give to a supporter. Nangabe ufuna ufise kupikela ibhola Sunday. Mr. Bandile Mnisi, so verusela nini? Sikuvusela Mnisi. Yes, Mnisi, sikuvusela kunjani?
Ngiyaphila.
Yep, so verusela nini? Nangumadonsela so ufisa kunika ticket.
Ngiyaphila.
Alright Vulane yakho itaba lula kakhulu. Utabe ungabani umdlalo on Sunday?
Is this question?
There you go. Unenhlanhla ke wena, you've got it.
No.
Khulweka batakusota Eswatini TV.
All right, we'll call you. We'll call you. I think we've got the number now since you've called. We'll ensure that you get the ticket. Sibonga kakhulu Mnisi who just also got the ticket. Shokshotsi, we've got 2 ticket winners. Lo khombisa ke Madonsela ukuthi at the end of the day bayabukela abalandzeli beCimbele Highlanders nesive kanye kanye.
Nako lokungijabulisa ukubonga nje ama viewers ekhaya lokuthi no bayakhona lokuthi bawubukele umsakazo welive. That is what we want, and especially this program, because the program lena ngiyo lenta ukuthi bantu bahlangane. That's the only sport lehamba embili ngokuhlanganisa abantu. So it's either you black, white, Swallows, Highlander, but after all sisonke sikanye kanye simunye.
Coach, before
like
maybe I let you go, how motivating is it for you? You know, you can see it's just because he had 2 tickets. Let's say he had 10. I think it was going to be a war in the studio because people are going to call, simultaneously to ensure that they get the tickets. But to you and the team that you are preparing, how motivating is it to you to see people so eager to watch your team on Sunday?
Listen, to be honest, yesterday at training, it was for the first time I see people coming to watch training session like that. It was full. It was full, and we luckily we were playing a friendly game.
Yeah.
And the players were fighting. You could see that if we go with this attitude on Sunday, the results will come. The results will come.
Did you like the stadium in terms of maybe the weights, the venue, and everything?
Yeah, listen. I hope that artificial will work on our advantage. I was there today. I could not last 30 minutes in that. I wonder if the opponents will last long in that. I hope we last. I hope we last in that, because when artificial is new, it's very difficult, especially when it's hot. I don't know if they will put water before, but even if you put water, after a few, if it's hot, after 10 minutes, that rubber will be burning. So hopefully we use that to our advantage. We go in there again tomorrow. We're going again on Saturday. We'll play there on Saturday. Remember, a lot of fields here in this country is artificial, so we shouldn't struggle on that. The only problem might be that other one is new. You see, but we should not struggle because we played a lot of games Kalanga, and then we played again in Tlangano. So that shouldn't be a problem. I hope we'll adjust quickly from tomorrow and then be ready to go and fire.
Beautiful
to go
stuff.
and fire on Sunday.
Beautiful stuff. Coach, all the best. Congratulations for once again making the team to reach where they are today. We wish all the best on behalf of the team, the country. Go and represent the country well. And for you, Bawe Matonsela, we want to hear you from this moment up to Sunday morning, still making noise on social media. We want to hear what you are putting in for the supporters to ensure that they attend in their numbers. Quick one before we let you go.
What else can I do? I have to do that. It's my job. That is why ngikhona ngi-assista imbabenhanders. Vele, I have to motivate the supporters. I have to market this game, definitely, so that my supporters abuye sit into this. So we're going there. Noma kanjani, we praying ukuthi my supporters abuye asingathe, so that we go fight against the Real AM.
Come Sunday, 3 o'clock local time, Babenhanders will be against South African side Royal AM. CAF Confederation preliminary round. They need that victory on home soil before they take the second leg in the Republic of South Africa. They have said what they have to say. You and I have a second part to play. Let's go on Sunday in our numbers to ensure that we do support the team. A short break. When we come back, we'll be in the company of our in-house analyst, Linda Dlamini, also to give more details on this game and the other team that has already left the country, that is Royal Leopards, heading to Madagascar for their away game of the first CAF Champions League game. After the break.
This is Patizo Msiwe, and I will be your host for Qatar 2022 World Cup right here on Eswatini TV.
Sanibonani nosokela mahle libito lami ngilinda Master Dlamini. Kuyintokozo mbukela ukuthi nakulo mnyaka 2022 umsakazo Eswatini TV utakulethela iWorld Cup Qatar 2022, the first ever World Cup letaba se-Middle East, the first ever World Cup letaba in summer.
What a way of ushering you into your festive season as we bring you live games, your chosen best games, live here on your #1 channel, Eswatini TV.
You're talking of great countries from the African continent. You're talking of Ghana, you're talking of Senegal, you're talking of Tunisia, all people representing this great continent. You'll want to follow the games.
Players like Kylian Mbappe, Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, sitabe sibaletha live Eswatini TV. Ndabe ngihost yakho-ke ngihleli nama-analysts, former players, the best in the kingdom. From mhlaka 20 November kuya mhlaka 18 December, ungayinzawo, bukela Eswatini TV.
To give you the best games for the best edition of the football in the world. Stay tuned, stay live. We will be here for the edition.
When you choose your adventures, you do so with an open heart and a desire for the unexpected. You embark on journeys to discover new worlds, full of wonder. You choose a path to awaken your senses, to feel the rush of life overwhelm you, a world to make you look up and realize just how inspiring this life can be. You ask, and we give you the royal experience. Arrive and awaken your heart. Explore life in ways only thought possible in your dreams. There are but a few places on earth so special, so unique, and so spectacular, where it becomes the rite of passage for the ambitious travelers, the courageous souls, to all have the one and only royal experience. That day when you look deep into your heart and leap into an ancient world so very different from your own, where magic, beauty, and love are shared forever. Then you will have a royal experience. There is just one place on earth where the people make you feel a part of their kingdom, where you just might volunteer to awaken spirits, enrich minds, and work alongside communities to build, motivate, and inspire. This is truly the royal experience. When you dream of a different world, beyond the ordinary, beyond time, discover just how far you'll go to expand your understanding of life's greatest mysteries. There's just one place on this planet with so much to offer. Now is the time for you to have the royal experience.
So vele khona umlangeni walakhaya Linda Dlamini ngivusele sibani.
Ngiyakuvusela sibala ngiyabonga kakhulu kumwe ehlelweni lakho ngitithuba lokho ngivusele wona ma loyal viewers. Fabrice ngibonile the first 30 minutes ubengene yona imbabana Helindas I understand even the questions I understand even nalolu gqozi lobo liveta sibalwami and nemaswati ke onke sivile ukuthi bekasolo ashaya ngale afuna ukuthi awine noma athole lawo ticket. Unfortunately madonsela beka phetsela amancane sethemba ukuthi ngalokutako atabamanene lama ticket.
Ayatsengisana man. Because a quick one maybe sikhulume Highlander but quick one asithinze kancane maybe sithebe sitabuya kule Royal Leopard they say very same Madagascar kusimelela nayo in terms of CAF Champions League but sibonile likhetho receive labo maga sithebe samhlekazi lingene inzebe COSAFA umnyaka 3 games conceding 10 goals master. Bo concerned kakhulu nasikhuluma last week first game against Lesotho bakhala past 3-0 babuya ku Namibia kwaba 5-1 and I think the other day against Zambia kwaba 2-0. Master na umbuka coach nabadlali bakhe ungathini ngale performance yabo?
Fabrice invele ngayisho sihambile samba ne team lengingasho ukuthi I team average age yayo nangathi uyayibuka it's 23 point kusho 24 ngicabanga ukuthi I team le lenelikusasa lelihle if na ungayibeka kanjalo because le exposure sebayitholile bahambile ba compete ku COSAFA some of them about 4 or 5 bebaqala kuyodlala iCOSAFA incumbi yabo babaqhamuka interladies lebe dominator about 5 or 6 players laba qhamuka interladies so ngicabanga ukuthi the team as much as siyathi ukuthi ku national team ugathe ama result but ngicabanga ukuthi ngabe ufuna kwakha 3 years 4 years 5 years uqala la vele uyabahambisa labadlali bathole le exposure babashaye because ngilakufundwa khona vele kude lengathi kunema tournament le before iCOSAFA ngilakufundwa khona unfortunately some of these players ngitsitena ngibuka the body language ngabona ukuthi the goals lamanye aba affected but this goal lesilitholile against yona Namibia ngicabanga ukuthi bese siyazivusa le spirit kancane yena sisana laltholile ligol umdlalo weBuffalo ngicabanga ukuthi she's young uyafunza kuBuffalo kukhona ama games labeka angawadlali but this season ubese soyabuya soya improve ngicabanga ukuthi leli goal leli libese seliletha lokunye kule team yabona the way laba celebrate ngayo even il bench indlela celebrate ngayo even nama officials labeka hambe ne team indlela celebrate. We needed this goal as a country just to boost confidence yabo badlali.
Now we needed this goal master kusho ukuthi vele awukhare ngale performance yethu.
Fabrice ngicabanga ukuthi iperformance ayikabe ngilenhle ngeke sikubalekele lokho but ngicabanga ukuthi kunema positives nema negatives ema positives yes asesemancane kwanyalo but the bigger picture ukuthi we are building a team ngifuna sound like Tuchel wathi he's building a team that no one will want to play against but thine as a nation ngicabanga ukuthi kumele ukuthi sibe behind yona sithebe because now buka ukuthi against Lesotho bekuyigame ekuqala yes sazama kwadlala lawo ma passes 1 or 2 but bekungakho against Namibia ngiko la ngikhala khona kakhulu because bese kumele ngabe sesi regroupile against Zambia iZambia ngicabanga ukuthi I feel like ishayile 2-0 bekumele ukuthi iZambia nawubuka ema rankings zayo nawubuka the quality labanayo kule team bongagatha ukuthi bashaye at least 7 but sikhonile ukuthi bashaye 2-0 ngiva ngathi scoreline leso lesingasiko bet kakhulu especially this free kick because this is a beautiful goal This is a beautiful goal. You cannot blame my players national team ukuthi banda ukorile against bona. She's one of the best.
What a performance. And of course, Coach Smith Mamba highlighting that a few things they have learned master before we move on to other things is that but international exposure. I think
more friendly games.
More friendly games. And singasho ukuthi master ngilemvo sikhulume kakhulu even not only for Stebe, even for Slang ukuthi kuyatsingeka mbamba. Going forward, is she right in what she's saying? Do we need that? And how often should Stebe get those friendlies?
Fabrice ngicabanga ukuthi inyalo iCOSAFA iphelile national team itawubuya. Besinga ukuthi at least October siyithole leyo friendly game. At least 2 November sithole yinye ukuthi kuphele lo mnyaka after le COSAFA at least lokungenani siwadlalile ama games la yako ku 3 noma ama friendly games because this team lokuyibuya nje nyalo nabantu awuhlala sikhathi lesithi taphinze le team chemistry labe sayiqalile esimepi iphinze bese siyalahleka kanzi if singawadlala ama friendly games bengajabula Fabrice ukuthi if mhlambe leliphakelo lichamuka ngale khulumende belingaba likhulu for our national teams ukuthi batokhona nebamvu kubuta ukuthi why ema friendly games angadlala. Unfortunately kwanyalo ivele isesencane kakhulu ngesimo semnotho but ngicabanga ukuthi lama friendly games lengikhuluma ngawo angayisita kakhulu I national team.
Beautiful stuff. That is a topic that we've closed. Now, moving on to cycling. Over the weekend, there was the Mlilwane, also known as Nedbank MTB, a race that was held at Mlilwane. The tournament, there is also, let's highlights the issue of tourism. Master Bukona, ufige wavakashela lenzawo, ufige wabamba nje tinguluma nama cyclist engabe now figure master what was the picture, the adventure kube njani nje?
Fabrice imvelo MTB Classic lebedlala kwaqala since 2019 siyakhumbula ukuthi nayigcina kubanjwa khona eMlilwane it was 2019 yasaseyiyema ke imiswa idinza bate covid ukuthi kwaphethuka umkhuhlane weCovid-19 ibuyile ke Fabrice this past weekend khona eMlilwane ihlukaniswe ema races lang 4 bekune 64 kilometers kune 35 kilometers kune 22 kilometers kune 5 kilometers and nawubuka ukuthi some of the cyclists in fact incumbi yabo bebachamuka eSouth Africa lobo sekufaka nale hlangothi la ka tourism sekufaka nehlangothi leletha icompetition because if kunema cyclists angaphandle kuletha icompetition so ngicabanga ukuthi it was a good day belishisa Fabrice amase belishisa kakhulu ama cyclists abuthola umadima khona eMlilwane fortunately ama points beka khona but yes, beautiful pictures from our crew lebe khona eMlilwane. I'm happy but ke Fabrice njengoba ngisho ukuthi nangibuka le dominance yema cyclists la chamuka ngaphandle kuyangikhathatha because we have our cyclists, our own cyclists. Lekumele ukuthi these races our dominate. They know Mlilwane, some of them by trainer eMlilwane. So benkasile nje ukuthi some of them babelapha eTulu. Unfortunately, number 1 was 64 kilometers kwaba South African but ngala ka 35 kwaba Liswati, luckily kwaba Liswati. So ngicabanga ukuthi ngakuthi ema races la njengalawa so I dominate. Uyakhumbula ukuthi kuma Commonwealth Games sisihambise ema cyclists lang 2 sangakhona ukuthi si compete but ngicabanga ukuthi going forward iyadzinga ukuthi ema cyclists ethu our dominate ema races la kanje.
On the day the winners of course especially the longest distance over the day the 65k he also had something to say alongside other people who took part of the tournament on the day, the Invero MTB race, and also the organizers, not to forget the role they played in ensuring that this tournament, this race is organized. Let's get to hear what they had to say after the tournament.
Nedbank sijabula kakhulu ngalisasa silibonile kulomsebenzi ikakhulu ngoba kulamalanga laphelele siyathi ukuthi sisesema semiswa ngiso simo kodwa nje sijabula siyakhuthateka kakhulu ukuthi eMaswati aphume onke siphinze futhi sabonana ukuthi libe likhulu lisasasa nakulaba labaqhamuka eSouth Africa noma ngaphandle kwaleli laseSwatini. Kusho ukuthi lo msebenzi lona uphindze futhi ubukele etinye indlela temnotfo, ubuka ne-tourism, aphindze futhi abuke nekuthuthukisa nje imimango. Nitawukhumbula ukuthi lo msebenzi lona siwendela sengu-Nedbank ngokuthi sibisele lelesinako ku-community lesiphila nayo.
Impressive, very impressive. We're seeing them partnering with them as sponsorships and bringing in the element of competitiveness in the whole thing. And logo kutawusenta ukuthi sikhona ukuthi sports participation sibe kuto tonke letigaba letitsengekako, that is the masses and competition level and elite level.
You guys have a really tough race going on here. I think it's more difficult than 80% of the races in South Africa. So I think the people who are going to be finishing the 65 today, they have really strong minds and it's impressive. It's lovely. It's what's enjoyable is that the tracks are raw. By raw, it's cattle trails and footpaths. It hasn't been manicured. People haven't come to make the bends really smooth and things like that. So it's an entirely different type of riding, which makes it difficult to look around because you constantly have to look where you put your wheels. But every now and then when you crest, when we were higher up, there were some really pretty views, and it was lovely to see that there's so little litter. The areas were so clean and that's wonderful. I mean, when you're in places like this, you don't like seeing litter, so that was great. It was it felt to me that we were in a different country.
Yeah, so I ride an e-bike category. Okay, so with the electric motor on the bike, you have to pedal for the motor to help you. It's not like a motorbike where you just twist the throttle and go. So you do have to pedal. If you stop pedaling, the motor stops helping. Yeah, so you do have to work, but you get a lot of assistance from the electric motor. So it's not fair for me to say that I'm first against, the normal bicycles, but in my e-bike category, I'm first, yeah.
So
Yes, yeah. Overseas in Europe and America, it's one of the biggest, the fastest growing categories of mountain biking is e-bike, yeah.
how much is this e-bike on average?
Oh, they're expensive.
Like yours, how much is it?
Well, I got mine second hand. Yeah, I didn't get a new one. But they're around about 100 new. Yeah.
Beyishisa and futhi ayibenyukela yonke cishe yonke nje yona nje beyihadi yona beyisetheke kahle imnanzi beba make sure ukuthi bayakhombisa ngabe ngine danger ayivele beyikahle i-safety beyikahle konke.
The one thing that I would have to say, normally we have the event in June. So the one thing we would definitely change, next year we're going back to June. Weather in that regard. And also, registration, we open it earlier. Ngoba sibone ukuthi ukhanze ukuthi labanye abantu babe sebayashayeka lokho ba register, but nje the most important thing is going back to i-date yethu yanga June.
Beautiful reaction from the winners, the organizers, the sport fraternity. Lesangasho ukuthi kungenelela item master kusiletsela nje kusifundisa kancane ukuthi yabo kulama cyclists yethu mhlawumbe in terms of knowing what a bicycle is about ukuthi phetseni nangimuva kahle lo babe uthi vele lidulile kusho ukuthi vele ungatsengisa lo mshina wakho lo hamba ngawo usithenga le bicycle.
Fabrice, the winner, 35 kilometer winner, wawina because bekahamba ngelibhayisikili lingasho ukuthi line kwemshini lapha ekhaya lokusita lokubooster lokugijima lokusho ukuthi icategory lehlukile, but the 35 winner who make peace nguye lo winner because yes nguye lo winner he was the eventual winner, but nalo bicycle esikhuluma ngalo la
so
lena icategory leni lapha
kune khona
kune something like imoto lehamba kuyaduma kancane kubooster le speed saleli bicycle lokusho ukuthi wena
sona engine kancane
exactly wena so ne advantage over labanye labahamba nge normal bicycle so ngicabanga ukuthi ngilolo mehluko and uyawuchaza ke lo babe akazange afune nje kube sesewenda ukukhwabanisa otherwise it was a lovely day
ngeke simcharge ngoba bekuthi imithetho vele ungena ukuthi uphethe bicycle njani. Master, it was a beautiful day as we can see from the pictures that came with you. And quick one before we go, one message, Leopard, they are in Madagascar. Expectation naro ukuthi kumcwanga nani ukuthi kula games lana Master uqale away bese udlala your last game home.
I enjoy ukuthi ama teams uqale away get a draw away or that one goal then uvale lengemuva kube 1-0 so yabuya ke ekhaya ucetsela umsebenzi wakhe. I remember iRoyal Leopard idlala neVet University then liyagcina seyi Bidvest Vets in about 8 years ago yadliwa 3-0 eJozi yabuya yawina 3-0 kaSomhlolo yasiya kuma penalties yawina leyo game leyo so kungconywana kuqala away because whatever longakwenda le uyayifunza le game so yabuya la khaya uyacetha but ku tricky nakhona because Baba Highlanders utoqala ekhaya kungendeka iRoyal Leopard idlophelelo Royal AM nayithola lelo goal then sekutaba netinkinga sekudzinga ukuthi iBaba Highlanders in the show ukuthi ekhaya I concede otherwise good luck ma teams akithi Royal Leopard idlala nesi WF yase Madagascar on Sunday CAF Champions League Baba Highlanders idlala neRoyal AM CAF Confederations Cup kaSomhlolo so ngicabanga ukuthi ama-fans la ngakwenda ukuthi ahamba usupporter more especially Baba Highlanders kaSomhlolo we miss kubukela ama games kaSomhlolo finally kuyokwendeka ngelisonto.
I-prediction yakho Master kule game ya weekend Somhlolo?
A tough one because iRoyal AM njoba seashilo coach ukuthi idlalile ama games ku league but ngicabanga ukuthi le momentum yabo seyilahlekile kancane. I'm expecting iBaba Highlanders ukuthi iwine le game 1-0. Yeah.
Bo Madagascar kwendekani i-prediction?
Madagascar Royal Leopard 2-1.
Yeah, Leopard.
Yeah,
there you have it. He's giving it to the two teams, Eswatini teams. He's our top and local, analyst here in the Kingdom of Eswatini. Most importantly for Eswatini TV, he's Mr. Master Rightman. So Satsarikama Rightman, Lamunye Salnigayena, because his prediction is always right. Otherwise, this weekend is going to be a bumper one. He's going to be across all over the areas of the country, giving you predictions, giving you also, information in terms of how you can know about football and also ensuring that he covers other sporting courts. You forgot something?
Just in 10 seconds. Kusivetinza leti ngasithi umnanzi ta Queen Elizabeth the second wemangisi singasho ukuthi matutu because ema Commonwealth countries maningi kakhulu including us live le Eswatini so singasho nje ukuthi matutu bobonke laba because uyidlalile inzima yakhe and uNkulunkulu uphile uNkulunkulu uthathile umbonile ukuthi sesikhathi ukuthi asalamthatha.
Another quality that they had here has issues of sentiments. Of course, we had to highlight that and also to ensure that as a sports fraternity also take this moment also to express our condolences. Otherwise, it's going to be a beautiful weekend. Let's all of us be at Somhlolo National Stadium. We can't all of us be there, the 7.5 thousand people, but those who can be there, just let's try to support the team and get the results. Otherwise, a short, long break because Monday we're back to give you the results and the predictions and the analysis and every answers that you've been asking to ensure that you're part of us. Otherwise, a short break of saying, see you on Monday.